definitely met Katz. I've definitely already seen Kashvi. Unfortunately, my camera is not really working. Apologies for that. I'm really interested on how you guys are organizing the meetups. I have an idea that I probably want to share with you later on, Kashvi. But yeah, I really like how you guys are doing this whole meetup, and I'm just here to learn a bit more about it.
Awesome. So great to have you here with us, Yarmali. Um, do all of you just want to go again so that everyone in the room has context? Because I have everyone's intro, but feel free to.
I'll go next if that's okay, because Yarmeli is British, so I'll go next, the other Brit. So I am Katz, aka Shireen, Sasha, whatever you want to call me. I am not in the UK. I am currently in Houston, Texas, and I love events. I'm actually an IRL maxi. I soon realized that I am not a great trader, so I should focus on things that I'm good at, which is the community side of things, which got me to doing events for VFriends. I've done about 2 really big ones now, and I'm doing one coming up at the Nationals in Chicago. I haven't done any for World of Women, which is my second big project that I got involved in. So I think, it's about time that I do one for the WoW family. So here I am.
Yeah. Oh, you can send the modules. I do. Shall I go, or are we go in order? Okay, my name is Ilaria Malvezzi. I'm Italian, and I live in New York City. I'm a filmmaker, emerging filmmaker, and I'm very new in the world of NFTs and blockchain, and I'm very fascinated. And as a filmmaker, female filmmaker, I think it's a great potential opportunity to create communities and supporting artists and female-driven endeavors, creative or not, business endeavors. A friend of mine referred me to World of Women and blew my mind when you guys are doing such an exquisite work, engagement and everything you do, the brand and the people, and of course I want to be part of it. But again, I'm very new, I'm learning, but I'm based in New York, and I haven't seen a lot of New York event. My business partner is not, I don't know why not, but she's supposed to be here. She's a professional event planner, and right now she's not working. So when I mentioned to her, she said, let's do it. I want to learn more. Maybe we can participate, because, when the pandemic, we suffered on be all virtual. So the fact that you guys are organizing in person, I think that's the best way to really engage with the community one-on-one and in group and physically be there. And it's New York City. I'm also Italian, so I don't know if you guys, I didn't see much of Italy either, but I'm mostly here in New York. So I would love to have this first, meeting with you guys, and to see how can I be part of it in as you say, Kat, in the community aspect of it. And I'll be happy to learn and partner up with, whoever I need to in order to realize it.
Yeah, for New York, we actually have like a team member who's organizing, and I'm sure that they would love your and your business partner's support in making it happen. And when did you join the community, if you don't mind me asking?
Recently, a month ago.
A month ago? Okay, because we had a meetup in New York exactly a month ago, and I would have hated for you to miss it.
I totally missed it.
It's all good. It's all good. It was at Custom House, and we actually revealed what the Monopoly board is going to look like over there to the select few holders that were there. But there's always next time. There's always stuff happening in New York when it comes to World of Women. Nadia,
Beautiful.
you want to come?
So nice to meet you all. So I go with the Mompreneur on Twitter. My background is in so I'm originally from Tunisia, so I'm your neighbor, Ilaria. Tunisia is near Italy. But I moved to US about 8 years ago. It was to study. I got my MBA in hospitality management, and then I worked for like 6 years as general manager in few boutique hotels in Santa Monica and LA until 2020. I resigned, stayed home. It was not a choice, to tell you the truth. I was laid off, but because I complained about unequal pay. It was a really bad time where it was like shocking to me. Imagine I left my whole country to come here to study. I was like enjoying the work environment and everything, and then suddenly just the owner of the hotel out of nowhere decides to do that. So stayed home, sued him, and the good thing is I won the case after 2 years, but meanwhile I was lost in the process. The pandemic hit. I was at home. I'm like, whoa, what's happening? What am I supposed to do? Got married, had a baby, and still I was feeling that, like not emptiness, it's more like questions. Hey, what's your mission? What are you doing? And I was diving into everything online, as everyone else, and tried so many things, the e-commerce, like the network marketing. I loved everything, but it was all like not really resonating with who I am until I found Web3. And that was like, wow, this is my word. This is hospitality online, because of the community aspect and because of the I would say the overall good vibes. Like people are coming by choice and they're loving, everything around it. And it's different from everything else that's happening online. So I started MetaHers community, which is started onboarding other women as I was learning what is NFT, how to mint, and then I built a word in the metaverse. That was one of the best experiences because if you hear about it, I have a word in the metaverse, you will feel like, but it's nothing. Literally, to build it, it's I would say the hospitality aspect is the complicated one as a real word, but the building in the metaverse is one of the easiest thing now, like setting up a website. And started doing some partnerships with big communities like my BFF, where women would come visit, and I would just show them. I have 2 words, one executive with offices and one just like for fun and like play, a yoga space and things like that. And recently I started the magazine. So MetaHers magazine is empowering women in the digital world. So think of it as like, okay, I always talk like that, Vogue. Dream big or go home, right? So like Vogue, but for the digital world and for women, and not showcasing just beauty and fashion, but more like businesses and what women are doing and like these amazing communities. It's almost done. I got to interview amazing women leaders, and I can't wait to launch that. That's why I thought of doing an event in real life to launch the magazine and talk to OC women here about the no-code tools like ChatGPT and Midjourney, as those are the things I feel like we can serve right away and people can get it and use it instead of like how to mint and things like that. So yeah, and as I was getting ready for this, it's not like I'm enjoying the process because it also aligns with my hospitality side. I'm so excited, and even more excited now. Hi, Joanna. Even more excited now that WoW is doing the same thing, so I can plan the next one with World of Women, which is my favorite community. I've been playing with my PFP every morning. She's like a different. I have like 10 versions of it. They're like family. Each one you would laugh, but each one of them in ChatGPT has a role. One is a copywriter, one is the event planner. I talk to them, and it's like I gave them brains.
Honestly, your WoW is a fashion icon. Like, I look forward to your GM tweets almost every other day because I tend to monitor our mentions through like the official WoW Twitter account, and I always see that the mompreneur has like tweeted this pink outfit, and it's always so much fun to see pop up on our timeline. And I love that you are dabbling more into IRL and that you want to do something with the WoW community in LA. LA is one of like our strongest communities. We have Shira Lazar, Tal Navarro, Sean. He goes by Big Accent. He's hosted like 4 LA meetups in the past, but currently he's in Seattle, so he's not going to be able to do it this time. So it's awesome to know that you're there and you're willing to like give us that support for LA. I'll pass it back to Joanna. Joanna, we're just doing a quick round of intros, but welcome to our community AMA on how to host a meetup.
Hi. I was just about to go to the gym, so I'm like all prepared here, but then I couldn't go yet. I will go later. Yeah, I'm based in Berlin, so I will be hosting the meetup here, and I'm now desperately bombarding Kashwil with like messages on how to find people on Discord. But yeah, no, I work at WoW together with Kashwil as well, and yeah, I just joined the team like a month ago, so that's what I'm doing. In addition to desperately searching for Berlin community members.
Love it. Searching for community members is truly, I think, the hardest step in this whole process, because Web3 is very like, okay, everyone's kind of like, no one kind of like discloses their locations. You really have to go hunting. You really have to ask people that like, hey, do you know any WoW holders in this city? And it's a bit of like, I would say it's definitely the most tedious part of the process of organizing a meetup, but slowly but surely we'll all get through it. It's important to have access to social media tools, so make sure you guys are verified holders on Discord. Make sure that, you know, on Twitter you're ready to tweet about the city that you're organizing a meetup in, so that I can retweet you from the WoW account and amplify the fact that there's a meetup happening. One of my goals is that by 10th or 12th July, we make a list of all the cities where a meetup is happening and who's hosting it and how to RSVP for it. We're going to be using a standard RSVP tool called Luma, lu.ma, for people to sign up on the guest list. And then you guys will be able to manually approve or disapprove of invitees. I think I should start from the beginning. In terms of WoW meetups and historically, why is it that we're doing this? Why is IRL so important to us? And I think the simple answer to the question is that we've seen people make really deep connections and true friendships through World of Women events. Whether it's a large scale Madonna concert or a tiny little breakfast in Malaysia, we've seen that our community truly connects over these IRL touch points. And we want to try and create as many of these as possible so that you can all bond on a deeper level and make connections that you need to like just grow and thrive, because that's kind of what Web3 is all about. And we've heard so many community members say that, you know, they joined World of Women to network more, to get to know other women, to get to know other professionals, to get to know other creatives. And yes, we can all get together in digital spaces. We can all, you know, be on Discord and on Twitter, but there's a certain magic that comes alive through WoW events because of how special our community is. And that is exactly what we want to recreate during our 2-year anniversary. So our 2-year anniversary is on July 27th. And the idea is to have local ambassadors from cities as well as team members organize meetups where they live and invite not only WoW and WoWG holders, but also Web3 curious individuals to come in and experience what it's like to be a part of the WoW community. Now, you can organize something as simple as a breakfast with 7 people, or a techno night, which I think Joanna had on her mind, where it's okay, everyone goes to a club and like, you know, it's a WoW sort of branded experience. Or like you can just organize an evening of on a rooftop with drinks and lots of WoW branding everywhere. There's a lot of options. It's important that you evaluate which direction you want to go in based on what the community members in your area want and what you feel comfortable executing with. I'm going to share my screen real quick, but have you guys had the chance to go through the Notion guide that we put together? Okay, I'm gonna share my screen.
Can I ask a question, Kashi? So it has to be July 27th, right?
It has to be July 27th for this one.
Because I will be in Italy on July 27th.
Oh, okay. I mean, it would be cool to have a meetup in Italy.
Milan, yeah.
Milan, yeah. We might know a few people in Milan actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've curated 10 steps through which like like it's basically everything that you need to know in order to organize a meetup. But I'll start from the beginning. It's super important to connect with your local community. So tweet about, how you're hosting a meetup and you really want to do something for our 2-year anniversary. And I'll make sure that we can retweet you from the WoW account and we can get people in your city. And it's important that we find one platform to connect on. I know a lot of people who don't like Discord. They don't check it often. It is super tedious. They go to WhatsApp or Telegram or even an iMessage text thread instead. So what I would recommend is opening up a WhatsApp group for the city that you live in and inviting people to that. Once you do create that WhatsApp group, I can add it to the main heading of like WoW community groups that we have. So WhatsApp has a new feature called WhatsApp communities. So we have a WoW community one there, and I can add yours to it. Hey Nadia, go ahead.
Does it have to be on WhatsApp, or for example, if I have MetaHerzon Geneva app, can I add a group there?
Honestly, I feel like we should be going in the direction where we have maximum holders on that platform. WhatsApp is like a universal platform that everyone seems to check. Same thing with Twitter. So we would recommend either of those. So either like a Twitter group or a WhatsApp group. We actually already have a Twitter group for LA. So you're pretty sorted on that one.
Great. Perfect.
Yeah. Yeah. So while you're curating the list, you're bringing people together, make sure that, you have a good balance of holders as well as non-holders. I think since we're opening it up to non-holders, you should easily be able to surpass the minimum of 7 that we need. And just make sure that you have their names sort of in a place. Again, this shouldn't be an issue because we will be asking you to create an event on Luma. So many of you must have signed up to attend this online event through Luma. So you're probably already familiar with the user flow. But the way it works is that you can create events and add them to calendars. So whenever you guys create events, I will basically add them to this WoW calendar where people essentially keep up with what's happening in terms of IRL events with World of Women, and they'll RSVP through this. They'll get an email with the time, the venue, and everything that they're going to need. And this is the exact list that you'll have to download at the end of the meetup and send to us so that we can reimburse you accordingly. In terms of reimbursements, let's talk budget and how that's going to work for the meetup. So there's this Google form that you have to fill out once you have the vision for your meetup. And in section 2, you can go through the budget that Team WoW allocates, because we fund these meetups at least as much as we can. And we do it based on the living cost of that city, as well as the number of people that are planning to attend it. So let's say that I want to host a breakfast let's go with Milan. So if we go to this website, livingcost.org, I'll send you this form is on the link tree. So make sure you just check that out after this call. But you go to this website, you type Milan, click on go, and you'll see that the total with rent is $1,826. Now, since it's $1,826, we're going to go back to this and see which tier it falls under. Here, it falls between the $1,500 to $2,000 range, which means it's a tier 4 city. When you scroll down, you will see the cost per head based on the tier. So since Milan is tier 4, the approximate budget is $30 per head. This is USD. And based on the size of your meetup, the budget, like the per head amount, like significantly reduces. So let's say you were hosting a rooftop event in Milan with 20 people invited to it. It has an exclusive-ish vibe. WoW can sponsor up to $27 per person. We would be okay with you like bringing in a second sponsor if they're mission aligned, and if you have like an agreement sort of thing with them. But we would prefer if you stuck to the budget. And yeah, we also, on top of this, we also have an additional $200 that you can use to wowify the experience a little bit. So, if you want signage, you want banners, you want t-shirts, you want mugs, if you go back to the guide, you'll see cool stuff that other holders have done. Here are like cutouts from the WoW collection, a little bit of merch giveaways. Even over here, people made like these little things out of their WoWs. At our last LA meetup, they had big screens with WoWs and WoWGs on them. So there's a lot that you can do. I've also linked a bunch of tweets over here that you can check out from previous meetups to see if inspiration strikes. And there's a whole set of guidelines that we've shared on capturing content. So at WoW, we like to believe that pics or it didn't happen. Try to get as many photos and videos of the event as you can so that it can be shared on Twitter eventually, and also through the World of Women newsletter and other social channels that we have. It's super important to record as much high quality content as you can. So if you need extra budget for a photographer or a videographer, you can always request and let us know that, hey, this is what the cost is going to be. And we will try to, make something happen, or check in with our own network if we know any photographers and videographers in the area that you live. There's a few tips and tricks from previous meetup hosts that you guys can check out. And yeah, I want to open up the floor for questions because I've been speaking for a while now. But yeah. How are we feeling? Did you guys get all of that? Or
Yeah, I think Nadia has a hand up. So I think we'll wait for Nadia to go first.
okay.
I think it was from earlier, but honestly, I'm mind blown by how you facilitated the process, because I went through all these things on my own, and it took me over a month to figure out the prices and everything. And you making it adaptable for anyone, anywhere, like that's wonderful. Bravo.
Yeah, I mean, we like to simplify things as much as we can for our holders and ensure that it's easy for you guys to deliver a really good experience as well, because when you host a meetup, you're essentially our ambassador, and we want you to feel like you have everything you need as well. So I'm glad that you like the guide. You put a lot of work into it. Go ahead.
Yes, actually, I agree. I back Nadia. Thank you. So the 27th, I will be in Italy, in Milan. I don't have as much of a network as I have here in New York. So if you could reach out to me and send me the connections you have in Milan, I can start with that. And then I see, because I live not far from Milan, but I would need time to understand how can I do that in a way that it is, that honors World of Women. So you said you have some people you already know, and then of course I can find a way to, but we don't have a lot of time. It's coming up fast.
Yeah. I would have to check if we know any holders. I meant like from professional wise, like we've spoken to a couple of brands that are based out of Milan. And so we have like potential partners in that area. But let me see if I can pull some people together. I did a quick Discord search. It doesn't seem like we have that many holders there.
Yeah.
But could you put out like a tweet saying, hey, any WoW holders in Milan? And then I can retweet that from World of Women. And
yeah, I don't have, I just opened Twitter because I shut it like 2 years ago. I just reopened it. So I don't have a lot of followers in Twitter, but I can reach out to my Italian community if possible. Yeah. I know I have good friends in Milan, so I start with them. The other question I have, since you open up to non-holder, there's a different price for holders and not holders. Like there's a, different
for this 2-year anniversary thing, there's no price.
Okay.
Like everyone gets to attend this for free.
Okay.
Yeah, if they end up buying a WoW or WoW out of it, that will be awesome. But
yeah, no, okay. I think that's
and
for my.
do you know any local Web3 communities in Milan that we should potentially talk to?
A friend of mine, actually, the same friend who suggests me to connect with you guys, he's Italian, but he lives in New York, and he pitched a big company in Milan, all this NFT marketing, and at the end of his presentation, they asked, "What's NFT?" in Milan. So that's why I think can be pioneering, groundbreaking to bring it in Italy, but I think it's gonna take time. The Italian, where it's an old lady, it's gonna take a little time. And the North definitely is more sensitive to, but I think we're a little behind. And that's why it can be even more interesting. But I have to do because I thought about New York and now I have to replan the whole thing. But can be very interesting.
Yeah, is your friend Toys Revolution? Is his name Nico?
No, Flavio Murarotto.
Flavio
Murarotto. Yeah, he's a big involvement in the NFTs and everything. Because I'm trying as a filmmaker to use NFT to market my upcoming. And actually, that's a separate question that I will reach out to you. I have some questions, but no. Who's Nico?
He is also Italian, and I think he's based in New York, and he's been one of our very vocal supporters at every IRL event. So I was wondering,
could you release last name? Could you put me in touch with him?
I don't know his last name, but he goes by Toys Revolution. I'll put it in there.
And also, if you still know the people in New York, I still would love to connect with them.
We have a WhatsApp group for New York, actually.
Oh, please. Yeah, that's wonderful. Thank you.
Nice. I'm just going to put the link in the chat. Cats, go ahead in the meantime. Yeah.
I'm going to put my hand down so that it's not up anymore. Okay, so a couple of things. Thank you for putting this up, Kashvi, and thank you for making it so simple. I have been doing events in every other city but my own city. So when you mentioned that you want to do a meetup, I was very excited because for the longest time, actually, the reason why it stepped into Web3 was to find like-minded people. And I wanted to find like-minded people in my city. My mom keeps saying that you keep running away because you've not made friends here in Houston. That's why you keep running away every 2 months. So from the 26th to the 30th, VFriends is doing nationals in Chicago, and I'm hosting a community meetup for them. But my dates are not fixed. I might be traveling on the 28th to the 30th, so I still might be able to do the meetup on the 27th. Now, what is very exciting is I've been hearing from the last about a year, a lot of people moving to Texas, specifically to Dallas, not to Houston, because of cheaper living cost. And I have not been able to meet up with them. I think a lot of BGOT community members have also just moved to Texas. A lot of my friends from New York has also moved to Texas. So it's very exciting. And I think Rahul is from Houston. There is a bunch of other Web3 people that are in Houston, but we've never done a meetup whatsoever. I have done a small meetup here with a few, I think about 6 of us. We've already done a meetup in Woodlands. So that was just a micro meetup, and that was from the Daily Dose friends. But that's about it. So I'm really, really looking forward to it, and it's very, very exciting for me. And I'm going to start working on the Notion page that you've sent, and I'm going to revert back. That's all I have to say, but I'm so excited.
I'm so glad that we're actually finally able to make it happen. I think Dallas would be either Dallas or Houston, either one of these cities I think would be awesome to have a meetup in. There's also a holder called Sheikh with Sam. I put her Twitter in the description. She's based in Dallas and she wanted to organize a meetup as well. So feel free to connect with her and see if you guys want to do something together in Dallas. Nadia, go ahead.
I am going to be in Tunisia, in my home country, in 2 weeks. And I was planning to do a Metaverse event, but this is more interesting for me, a World of Women event. So the only thing, so as I'm understanding, right, the attendees will not pay anything, right?
Correct. Yeah, we would bear the costs.
Okay, because that was the only thing different from what I planned here. Yeah, so you would be interested in something in that area in North Africa?
Absolutely. 100% we would like to
Yeah.
make something happen.
They are like, I already have a community of women, Tunisian women there, because I've been doing virtual events, teaching them basically like for free in cohort in cohort programs. So they've been waiting, like, and even though I'm going on vacation, but everyone is like, "Are you gonna do an NFT event?" Because there's all the youth, they're very like digital enthusiasts, but the resources are not there. Like I've never seen no, they have done NFT events, but think of it as similar to 4 years ago here in US.
Yeah.
Like done by men and like big startups and things like that.
Nah, that's not the vibe. That's not the vibe. But for Tunisia, I think given like the low cost of living there, our budget would be slightly smaller. I'm just checking. So it says that the total cost is $439, which puts it in tier 7. So the maximum like that we would be able, so the range that we would be able to sponsor is somewhere between $12 to $15 per person sponsored by WoW.
Honestly, I don't have an issue for there. My dad has big spaces. They have like restaurants and stuff, so I can host it there. It would be more for me for the name and yeah, like everything. It doesn't cost much there to do banners and all the stuff.
Sounds good. Awesome. We're happy that we can do something in Africa because I didn't find a lot of people from the WoW community that was in Africa. So it's really cool that you'll be able to bring this to life there.
That's amazing. I'm so excited for that. Okay, perfect.
Yeah. But yeah, Joanna, Yarmeli, any questions or shall I keep going?
You can keep going. I mean, most of my questions that I had have already been answered. One was the cost, and the other one was, is the date specific or it's going to be like a range? But yeah, you can go ahead.
Okay. Awesome. Sounds good. Back to sharing my little Notion page. So this is the form that you have to fill out. It's super basic. Just tell us what you're going to do, where you're doing it, at what time are you doing it, how many people, if you need additional budget for goodies. And as soon as you fill out that form, I will review it and respond to you via email. And normally we would like schedule a call, but since I can't be doing 20 calls, there will be like a second group session like this where you just walk us through your concept for the meetup and we approve it based on the budget that you're estimating, based on the location. And as soon as your meetup is approved, you can start promoting the event. Now, we truly think it's important for you to use one hashtag, like if you're doing it in Milan, like hashtag WoW Milan or hashtag WoW Houston or hashtag WoW Dallas, so that holders in that area can find you through the geotag. Create a flyer. We have some assets from World of Women that you can use. I'll let them load. There's basically just like some basic logos in here, and we're trying to get some more for you guys as well. It'll all be updated in this drive, but you can just make like a simple purple flyer on Canva, and make a sign up form on Luma, like the one that you guys saw. And then we can start promoting the event. So talk about it on Twitter, LinkedIn, Instagram, Discord, YouTube, whatever social media platforms that you're on. it's good to start talking about it so that we can amplify, and just so that we ensure that, everyone knows that the meetup is happening. Because for a lot of events, we've had feedback where it's like holders come up to us a day later and they're like, oh my God, I didn't know that this was happening in my city. So that's just not a scenario that I want to repeat. I want to make sure that every WoW holder knows where meetups are happening on July 27th. But yeah, keep sending out reminders, because oftentimes people just RSVP for events and then they forget about it. And double check your bookings with the venue that you have selected just to make sure everything is A-okay. On the day of the meetup, try to arrive early so that you can ensure that everything is about to go to plan. It's super important to make all the attendees, whether they're holders or non-holders, feel like they're included in the event. So ideally, try to prepare some icebreakers, talk about Web3 stuff, talk about WoW, get the conversation going, I would say, is super important. And if you notice that someone's particularly introverted or shy, maybe reach out to them one-on-one and ask them some questions about, what brought them to the meetup, just so that they feel like they're a part of the conversation. At WoW, our main thing is that we want everyone to feel like they're entering a safe space where they can connect, grow, and thrive with others. And that's exactly the atmosphere that we want you to be creating during the meetup. You guys all seem like you would be amazing hosts, but it's just a part of my process to inform potential hosts about this, that like, be warm, be kind, be encouraging, and make people feel like they truly had a good day at the end of the meetup. Besides that, on the topic of like more technical stuff, please keep all relevant receipts, whether you're ordering food or booking the venue or printing out some photos, make sure that you have receipts for each and every one of these meetups, because when we send you the follow-up form, we will need you to upload these, and based on that, we will reimburse you with USDC to send to your wallet. And yeah, lastly, have fun. Have fun at the event. You've put in so much work to organize it. You deserve to have a really, really, really fun time. And yeah, after the meetup, you have to fill out the follow-up form, for which you need all the relevant receipts as well as a list of all the attendees. List of attendees, if you're using Luma, automated, you don't have to worry about a single thing. Relevant receipts, that's something you got to focus on. Don't lose them. Take photos of them as soon as you get them, because it's very, very important that we have these invoices. Gather all the content from meetup attendees and upload it to a Google Drive. So I will send you guys a Google Drive link before the meetup, ideally, so that you can like keep uploading content to it. Content is a very, very important part of WoW meetups. We want to try and get as many photos and videos of these as possible, because it helps us showcase the vibrancy of our community, not only to potential WoW and WoWG holders, but also to partners that we collaborate with. For example, we did a collaboration with FC Barcelona recently. They were so impressed with all the content that we had from the WoW Gala. So it's really important that you guys help us and co-create and capture moments that are happening during these meetups, so that we can take the magic that's happening beyond the four walls that you're in. And I will shut up now because I'm a content maxi and I know it can get boring, but there's a whole list of guidelines on how you can plan content. And if you've never done it before, this is how you do it. And you can always reach out to me personally and ask questions. But yeah, these are some tips and tricks from meetup hosts from the past. Check menu and prices, make your WhatsApp group, find a co-host if you need one. If you're doing a really big event, I would recommend it. If your event has less than like 20 or 15 people, then you should be able to pull it off on your own. But yeah, don't spend too much time figuring out the time and the venue, but ask holders, if they have any suggestions, if someone has a free space that they could offer to cut costs, that's always a good thing. But yeah, that's about it on how to host a WoW meetup. How are you guys feeling? Do you feel ready at all? Ilaria, go ahead.
How can we reach out to you personally? What's the best way?
My email is the best way. I'm going to put it in the
Yes,
chat.
please.
And yeah, feel free to send me like a list of your questions and I will respond to them ASAP. Nadia, go ahead.
I dropped earlier from the call, so I think I missed an important information. There is a specific day for the event.
Yeah, July 27th.
Oh, okay. So this is not like a recurrent thing, or
We do have a separate budget for meetups, but right now we're focusing on July 27th as the main date.
okay, perfect. So it would be like a day where there are events all over the world
Yes.
under Word of Woman. Oh, that's even better.
July 27th is our 2-year anniversary. It's when the WoW Genesis collection originally dropped. Gary Vee came into the Discord. There was a lot of fun stuff happening in the community, and we just want to celebrate 2 years that have happened and also give you guys something to look forward to. So what I'm working on internally with the team is preparing a keynote style recorded video from Shannon and the rest of our leadership that you can play on a screen at the meetup to increase more awareness about World of Women amongst all the attendees that are there.
Yes, that would be great. And is there like a recommended duration of the event?
Usually, like, I think a minimum of 2 hours and maximum of 4 or 5 is ideal.
Yeah. Okay, just to be like aligned with other events. But yeah, 2 hours I think is great.
Yeah. In terms of like guidelines for that kind of stuff, like we're pretty strict about like the branding. So we want it to be a WoW branded event. You can showcase your WoW as the host during it, but it's important for there to be like visibility for the brand. But besides that, like you can host a breakfast or a lunch or a dinner or drinks, or you can all go for a movie together. Like it could be anything really. Ilaria, go ahead.
Kashvi, did you say there's a minimum of attendances in order to approve it? And
Yes.
7 people?
7 people.
In between holders and non-holders?
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Okay.
Doesn't matter. Usually we used to like do 7 people, 7 holders, but it's becoming harder and harder to get in touch with people in smaller cities. So we were just like, let's keep it 7 people.
Because in Italy, actually, I'm surprised that in Africa, North Africa, they're more ahead. I mean, but it's wonderful. And I think because Italy, it's a little, hasn't caught up yet, probably it's going to be easier as a promotional event to get people more knowledgeable about it and get them in the community. Okay. That's very helpful.
Yeah, that's why minimum 7, maximum 100. We can't do something above 100 people, but yeah. Okay. Yes.
You've not had one in Texas before, have you?
Nope. We were supposed to do one at South by Southwest last year, but our host couldn't make it like to South by Southwest. So we had to cancel the whole thing. But no, we have not had one in Texas. I know a lot of holders that are between Austin and Dallas, though.
Do you have a Texas WhatsApp group?
We don't. But you could be the admin.
All right. I thought I never asked, so I'll gauge interest. This is so exciting, actually. Really, really exciting.
I'm so excited as well. I think it's going to be great. Originally, we were going to do this for the WoW Gala in December because we had a lot of community members complain when we announced that it was in Miami. They were just like, why is everything in the US? And we thought of doing mini galas all over the world on December 1st, but the time frame was too short to execute. So we decided that, hey, let's do it for our 2-year anniversary and let's do it better. So yeah, thank you, Joanna, for coming in. I'm going to check out your Slack messages after this call. But yeah, how's everyone feeling? Do you guys feel like you have everything you need to start working on the meetup, or are there more questions? Feel free to let me know. I'm here always.
I'm actually good with questions, but one quick, so do you have multiple cities already signed up?
Yes, we have.
That's so exciting.
Yeah, so we have team members that are going to be doing meetups for sure in their city. So Shannon and I are going to do one either in Mumbai or Hyderabad in India. We're going to do one in New York, London, Miami, LA, and Berlin for sure. But Joanna's from Berlin. There will be one in Lisbon as well, and there will be one in Paris. So these are the ones that are for sure happening. There's 10 other cities that community members have shown interest in. So you guys have shown interest in like Houston and Tunisia and Milan. And now tonight I'm going to be sending out emails to everyone explaining everything that I just did in this call.
Yeah. That's a lot of work, Kashvi. Good luck to
okay.
you.
I'm all for it. Anything for the WoW community. Ilaria, go ahead.
No, I didn't know about the one in New York already. That's wonderful. Who's the host in the one in New York?
It's going to be one of our team members mostly.
Okay, and it's in the chat, right, that you sent me?
Yeah, the WhatsApp group is in the chat.
Okay.
Yeah.
And a further question, beside the 27th, how often do you have your regular meetings? Like, how does it work?
I mean, honestly, it's based on, it's all on a case-by-case basis. So whenever we have hosts reach out to us and be like, hey, I want to do this, we get in touch with them, we help them curate a guest list, and then we're like, okay, let's do it on this date. But we don't frequently sponsor meetups in the same city. We like to have at least like a 4-month gap or 3 or 4 month gap before we do it in the same place again.
Absolutely. Okay. But I will connect with my New York people for sure. Yes, thank you.
Yeah, please feel free to send them the WhatsApp group link and just have them join the group. Awesome. Well, I am around on email if you guys have any questions. Some of you have my WhatsApp number. In that case, you can reach out to me on WhatsApp as well. But yeah, thank you so much, guys, for your interest in hosting a meetup. I think it's going to be a huge activation, and we're grateful that you want to be a part of it. Any questions? I'm always around. Any doubts? Any cold feet? Because I know that hosting a meetup can be all a bit scary. So if you ever need some words of encouragement, I'm always here for that as well. Please feel free to start putting out tweets that, WoW is doing this. You guys are hosting something in your local city. Get people excited, and I'll start retweeting you guys from the WoW account as well. And please, please, please read through that Notion guide and fill out the form so that I have a clear idea of what it is that you're doing for the meetup, and I can approve it quickly.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Kash, we just send you a message. So if you have time, just look at it.
I'm gonna.
Thank you so much. Thank you
so much, everyone. Have a great rest of your day.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye. Thank you, everyone. It's my pleasure meeting you all.
Thank you, Nadia.
Have a great day.
Thank you. Bye.